Okay. Oh. We'll see if that teacup's far enough away for me this time. All right, so we are going to start on our backs. But do me a favor, and if you don't have one, don't worry about it. But if you have a towel or a blanket, just fold it up, not too thick if you have a blanket. That's why I'm using a towel. And just lay it on your mat so that when you lay down, your sacrum below your low back, your nice hard diamond shape or triangle shaped sacrum is laying on your towel or your blanket. If your towel or your blanket's too thick, just unfold it by one. We mostly want some engagement, some felt sense of where our sacrum is and drawing that sacrum down to the blanket or the towel. And maybe have a block nearby where you can grab a hold of it. Oh, yeah. And then allow your hands to rest on the lower belly. Feel your sacrum or your hips not tilting or tucking, but just that your sacrum is pretty flat on the blanket. You've got space behind your lower back, your knees are bent, your feet are on the floor. You can even take your feet wide and drop the knees to the middle if you'd like. And then close the eyes. Lengthen through the back of the neck so that your chin is not reaching up to the ceiling. Start to feel your shoulders pressing down to the floor. Very easy though, nothing real big right now. And then as you inhale and exhale, feel your belly expand out underneath your hands. And as you exhale, draw the belly down and away from those hands. Just doing a little bit of belly breathing here. Starting to bring our nervous systems back into this rest and digest mode, the parasympathetic mode of being calm, being satisfied, being content. And just notice. See if the jaw is tight, and if it is, try to relax your jaw, maybe even have a little bit of space between the teeth. And notice that as your mind wanders, you move away from this focused breathing. And you'll notice you're not taking as deep a breath, you're not feeling the expansion of the belly. So when you notice that, just come on back to it. And if your sacrum starts to tilt one way or the other, bring it back to your blanket or your towel. Good, a few more breaths right here. And then release the hands from your belly and just let them drift overhead. Elbows are nice and soft. I've got my elbows pretty well bent. My fingers are just kind of touching each other overhead. And draw the elbows toward the floor, but don't force it. If your elbows happen to be up higher, don't force it. Just let it go. And if this hurts your shoulders at all, then lower down to more of a cactus type arm and see if that feels better. And then as you inhale, tilt your pelvis and really arch your back. Shoulders stay down, hips stay down. And as you exhale, draw it all in. Really tuck the pelvis, really squeeze the belly down. Good. And inhale and really tilt, really lift. Find that space behind your back body. As you exhale, press it down, press it down, press it down, the ribs, the belly. Good. Let's stay right here. Keep it going. Just doing a little bit of a seated cat and cow, just drawing it down, using the breath, starting to come in deeper, deeper with your breath. Good, few more right here. Really work with your breath, right? We use it or we lose it. Inhaling. Exhaling. Good. Last one right here. And exhale. And then find a neutral spine so that your sacrum is pressing down into your mat again. Take the shoulders up or the hands up toward the ceiling. Draw your shoulders back down to the floor and then let your hands come down beside you. Palms face up so that you can draw the shoulders down toward the floor. Squeeze your belly, lift your left knee toward your chest, and then press the left leg straight out. Good, and then bring it in. Keep the shoulders planted on the floor as you press that foot out. Bring the knee in, press it out. If you're rocking a little bit on your blanket or your towel, that's okay, just don't overdo. Good, last one. Bring your knee into your chest and press the leg out. Hold it right there. So that left leg is hovering. Squeeze the left glute. The hands are still pressing. Backs of the hands are pressing into the floor. Shoulders, arms pressing into the floor. Not too hard, not too hard. Squeeze that left leg and then lift that left leg up to the ceiling. And exhale, just lower it until it's close to the floor. Good, 3 here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower the leg. Good, 1 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower that leg. Good, last one on this side. Knee to chest. Straighten the leg up to the ceiling. Stretch it out. Lower it until it's hovering. Good, just 2 more. Inhale, knee to chest. Reach it up to the ceiling. Lower it down. Good, and last one. Bring it in. Straighten it up to the ceiling. Slowly lower it toward the floor and then bend that knee and let the foot come back to the floor. Bring your right knee to your chest. Press back through the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Easy though. And press that foot straight out so it's hovering. Good, 2 more. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, push it out. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, push it out, hold it right there. Squeeze your belly, squeeze that glute, lift the leg up toward the ceiling. Feel your lovely little hamstrings. See if you can extend through the leg without hurting your knee. And then lower it down till it's almost touching. Good, take it up. Exhale, lower it. You can bend the knee as much as you need to, right? Especially when that leg is up high. And lower it down. Good. Last one here. Bring your knee to your chest. Take the leg straight up. Lower it toward the floor. 2 more here. Bring it in. Just warming up the legs. Take it up. Lower it down. 1 more. Big deep breath, everybody. And lower it. And then bend your knee. Place those feet on the floor. And just see, maybe you take your feet together and see that your feet are pretty even, like one's not in front of the other. And then heel toe those feet out to the sides. Press the sacrum to the floor. Draw the lower back and ribs toward the floor. You can still have some space there. Squeeze your lower belly, bend one knee to 90 degrees, bend the other knee to 90 degrees. Now, here's where it gets tricky, right? If you're on a blanket or a towel, and you don't have to be if it feels funky, the challenge is to not overarch your lower back. So draw that back toward the floor. Draw the lower ribs to the floor. Press your hands down to the floor. Maybe you press the backs of the hands to the floor so the shoulders stay down. And then keeping those legs from coming past your hips. Just do a few heel taps here. Not a few. Actually, we're going to do quite a few. So heel tap. Squeeze your belly. If the blanket or towel is throwing you off and making you arch, then take it out. Good, and breathe. So you'll notice if you put your fingertips on your belly, it should feel like it's, it's working. The muscles are engaged. If you bring those knees too high, you're going to disengage. So breathe, press the shoulders down, head, neck, neutral. Keep breathing, everybody. Good, go from heels to toes, so tap toes. Very light, not super fast. That's it, squeeze your belly. Anybody feeling this one besides me already? Good, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees to your chest. Oh, that's it, find your breath, everybody. Come back to that lovely little blanket pillow, press the sacrum down, draw the shoulders down, turn the palms up so that the back of the hands press in, and either come back to that heel tap or both legs go up toward the ceiling. Good, lower just your right leg. Don't go any lower than it feels okay for you, your back, right? Obviously, we're working core. So squeeze that belly in, press the upper back and arms into the floor. As you inhale, bring the right leg up. Exhale, left leg. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale. Now, if your knees need to bend when the legs are straight, that's okay. But when you lower, see if you can extend that knee. Good, bring it up. Good, few more here. Don't forget to breathe. Inhaling, exhaling. Woo. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. You know I love you here. Woo. That's it, good. Let's do 4 more. So that's 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Oh, good. Bring your knees to your chest. That's it. And then place both of your feet on the floor. They're both hips width apart. Backs of the hands, backs of the arms. Shoulders pressed down. Back of your neck is long but not flat. Press into your feet. Lift your hips. Squeeze those outer hips toward the center so that you feel like somebody's hugging these outer hips. Draw the knees toward each other, but without knock knee, right? Without drawing them in, but just to activate the inner thighs as well. Press the backs of the arms into the floor. Feel your chest lift. 1, you're going to stay here. 2, come on down. That's enough for you. 3, I want you to march in place for 10. So here we go. Lift, lift. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Press up into a nice, sweet little bridge and lower down and draw your knees to your chest. Good, we've got 1 more of those. Now, you know who you are, and I know who some of you are. If this hurts your lower back, don't lift the feet, right? Don't lift those individual feet. Just hold and bridge, and you can even do a low bridge. So press into the towel or the blanket first. Lift your hips off the floor. Don't go super high here. There's not a reason to right now. Draw the shoulders, arms, hands into the floor. Draw the knees isometrically toward each other or activate the inner thighs. You got it. And then let's march it out. 10 on both sides. 1, 2, 3. Check the hips. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Press up and lower down. Nice job, everybody. Grab one of your blocks. We got one more here. So again, be mindful until we come off of this particular pose. Take your block, skinniest level, put it between your thighs. Good. You got it. Press the backs of the hands, press the backs of the arms, the back of the shoulders into the floor. You got a couple choices here. One, just stay here. Keep the knees away from the hip line so that the belly is active. Flex your feet. So that's 1. 2, raise those legs straight up. Legs are as straight as they can be. Squeeze your block. Breathe. Press your sacrum into the floor. Press the low ribs toward the floor. Flex your feet. See if you can lower the legs just a few inches. Squeeze the block more. Yep, see if you can extend behind the knees a little bit more. Point, flex your feet, point and flex. Good. Point, flex. Keep squeezing everything down to the floor. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Listen up. Bend the knees. See if you can tap the heels down. Watch your low backs. Lift them up a little bit. See if you can tap them both down. This is tough on the low back. That's why we're using the blanket. Good. Tap. Up. 2 more. Tap. Oh, and up. Last one. Tap it down. Lift it up. Good. Take that block out from between your knees or your thighs. Draw your knees to your chest. Roll those knees over to one side and come on up. So the last, 3 or 4 classes, we worked with the back body, right? So today we're going to focus on core, but we're going to do, again, a little bit of everything. So start by just sitting in a way that's comfortable for you. And then take the shoulders up to your ears, squeeze the back and let them come down. Good, do that a few more times. Squeeze it up, roll it back, and let them go. Good, 2 more, just like that, all the way up. Squeeze them back down. Good, and last one, squeeze it up, squeeze it back, and let it come down. And then left hand to your side, just take the right arm up. Right, little bit of side bend here. Notice your left shoulder. Make sure the left shoulder is drawing back and away so the chest is open. The right arm is extended as long as that's okay for your shoulder, your arm. And then press the right side ribs out to the right as you maybe go a little deeper. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale that hand down to the floor. Let's go to the other side. Right fingers to the floor, left arm comes up. We start with this nice, easy side bend. The right shoulder presses back and away. We feel this opening and then reach the left side ribs as we maybe go a little bit deeper. And then inhale, reach up and let go. Both arms up, take them up. Soften the shoulders, twist to your left. Hold, don't lower the arms. Notice how that feels. Take the arms and just bring them to cactus. Open them up, squeeze between the shoulder blades. Yeah, and then take them up again. Good, 2 more right here. You're twisted to the left, you're squeezing as you go to cactus arms. Reach up, last one right here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And inhale up, turn yourself to center. Find that middle space. Turn everything to the right, hold right here. Make sure, check your head, neck. Make sure you're not carrying a ton of tension there. And then cactus arms, squeeze the elbows away. Inhale the arms up, 2 more. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, squeeze, squeeze. And lift, take it back to center, exhale down. Roll your shoulders. It just got warm in here, all that core work. Excuse me, I think. All right, so feel your body. I want you to take your hands, and you know how we would normally put those hands in our back pockets. Instead, I want you to take the backs of your hands to your back pockets so that your palms are face out, okay? And then notice that. So as you press the backs of your hands into your sacrum, start to lift the chest, start to draw the elbows toward the floor. Keep the head neck neutral, right? You should be able to move your head, you're not lifting your chin. And then reach as you press those hands into the sacrum. You're just opening up. That's it. And then take just your left arm and let it slide across your back until you can reach maybe your other arm. And hold right there and keep drawing the elbows down as you lift the chest. That's it. Maybe your right ear drops to your right shoulder just to stretch the neck. Just to stretch it. That's all we're doing. Everybody breathe. And take that head up to neutral. Release your left hand. Inhale, both arms up. As you exhale, same thing. Bring the hands behind. Backs of the hands press into the sacrum. These shoulders draw back. The elbows draw back and down. The chest lifts. The belly tones, right? I didn't say that before. But again, notice as we open up the chest, as we work the back body once again, and then slide just your right arm behind your back. Keep the left one pressing into sacrum. Grab anywhere on that left arm that you can. Keep lifting up, keep noticing. And then only if you want, drop left ear to left shoulder. Does everybody want to sing like, oh, happy day? Oh, happy day. Breathe. And take that head back up. Release that hand. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale those arms halfway down, halfway down. I want you to internally rotate, which means your palms are going to face back. Your palms are going to face back. And then I want you to see if you can squeeze the shoulders just a little. Breathe right here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go. Nice job, everybody. Roll those shoulders, shake everything out. Have your blocks near where you can get to them. So take the blocks to the front of your mat. And then come up to your hands and your knees. So this lovely little blanket or towel is going to serve your knees. So go ahead and place the knees on the towel or the blanket. Again, make sure it's not too high up, so that you don't feel more like a teeter-totter. It should just provide some support. And place your hands on your mat, nice wide, shoulder width apart. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, but don't over pull them. Don't like drag them down. Just move them away from your ears. And notice this as we start to move into a little bit of cat and cow. As we start to move the spine again, as we breathe. Good, just a couple here. And exhale, curl it in, curl it in. And then come to that neutral spine again, where you feel as if your sacrum might be pressing onto, onto that imaginary towel or blanket, only behind you. Good, and then reach your right arm to the left corner of your mat. Drop down on the left elbow and stretch out that side. You're stretching out your whole right side here. Little bit of tone to the belly, but not overly. Just stretch out your right side, your arm, your armpit, the side ribs, and press into your left hand. Bring your right hand back to neutral. Reach your left hand across. Drop down to your right forearm, right elbow. And stretch. Ah, good. I love this stretch. I don't know why. It just feels so good. And then press into your right hand, lift up, walk both hands forward. Little puppy stretch here. Dropping the forehead to the floor, arching through the back a little bit, still engaging back body. Big deep breath. Press into both hands, press it all the way up. Walk those hands back to neutral. I'm just gonna scoot my towel back a little bit more. I need more space. All right, press into the hands, draw the shoulders away from the ears, broaden the collarbones, make them even wider, and then press your right foot back. No core work can happen without balancing table, right? This is such a good pose for our core work. So lift the right leg. Don't overlift because you'll just drop into your lower back. Press out of those hands. Make yourself taller. Head and neck are neutral. Good. Reach the left arm out. This is optional. Hold right here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your left hand, release your your right knee. Go to the other side. We're going to be building on this a little bit. So if you think I'm being easy on you, think again. Lift the left knee, curl and tuck through the hips so that your hips feel neutral, your sacrum pressing into that imaginary blanket. When and if you're ready, reach the right arm. Know that you don't have to lift. If that's too much, keep the hand down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that hand, drop the knee. Maybe just come on off your wrists. Come up to your knees if your knees allow and shake them out. Just shake. Good, come on down. Right side. Lift the right leg. Level out your hips. Squeeze to the low belly. Reach your left arm. 1, you're going to stay here. 2, you're going to bring your right knee to your right elbow as you bring your left elbow to your left hip. So you're staying on that same railroad track. Same side. Bring it in. Push it out. Bring it in. That's 3. And out. 4. And out. Last one. Squeeze. And out. And lower down. Shake out those hips. Shake out the wrists if it's chatty. And let's go to the other side. Left leg out. Hips are level. Belly squeeze. Lift the leg. 1, you can stay here, right? Just work core right here. Work the hips. 2, your right arm goes out. Big deep breath. 3, bring it into 5 of these. Squeeze it in. Press it out. Squeeze it in. Press. 2. That's 3. Out. 4. And out. You got it. 5. Hold. Lower down. Lower down. Maybe a little child's pose here. Maybe you sit back on your heels. Maybe you shake out your wrists. Right, so even as we worked back body over the last few classes, we know it's never one thing. If we're working back body, we're working core, right? As we work core, we're working back body, we're working front body. It's all good. All right, grab both of your blocks. One block is going to go between your thighs, narrowed width. The second block, you're going to take it at the second width and place it on the floor so that both of your hands, specifically both of your palms, are pressing into the mat. And you're in a table-ish pose, but on elbows. Okay, makes sense? And then tone the belly in, press your sacrum onto the imaginary blanket so it feels pretty neutral. Press into your block if you have them. If you don't have blocks, for your hands, just interlace the hands and create your tension that way, not in the fingers, but by creating that isometric work. Your elbows stay planted on the floor and pressing into the block. Now squeeze the block between your legs. Hold right here, neutral head. Don't lift your chin. Squeeze both. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go of the squeeze. Good, let's do that 2 more times. Squeeze the block. Don't grab the block with your fingers. Squeeze through your palms. Squeeze the block between your thighs. Tone the belly in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. 1 more. Squeeze it in. You know, it's like sometimes this is really simple stuff, but it can really work. And as much as I've grown, I really love it. You probably know that. Breathe, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And let go. Good. Come on off elbows. Just shake it out. And breathe. Keep the block between your thighs. We're going to go right back to it. Choices again. If that was good for you, you liked that, it felt good, no pain, especially low backs. I want those of you I know to watch the low backs here. Good tone to the belly. If that's okay, I want you to come back to that. Squeeze the block, squeeze the block. Otherwise, you're going to slide your front block forward so that you are in an elbow plank. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Squeeze your block. I like to bend my knees. It takes me off my kneecaps into the lower part of my thigh muscles, right? Press into your block. Squeeze the block between your thighs. Tone the belly and imagine your sacrum is pressing into a blanket. What does that do? It really creates a slight tuck so that your belly is supporting your lower back. You're not dropping into the space of the low back. Good. Squeeze block, squeeze both blocks. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just press the hips back. Maybe walk the elbows back and pause. All right, come on back. Your choice. It's either table, right, and squeeze, or it's low plank and squeeze. Squeeze the block. Keep the collarbones wide. Squeeze everything. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Just walk the elbows back. Take a moment. If your elbows, forearms hurt, play with the width of your elbows, right? You don't want to go outside the shoulders, but you can be too narrow too. All right, last one here, everybody. Yogi's choice, table pose, half plank. Press your sacrum into the imaginary blanket. Squeeze your block. Maybe you flex your feet. Maybe you bring the heels closer to the glutes to get the hamstrings to engage. 1, stay here. 2, come on out. 3, I want you to gently lower the hips toward the floor and then press them back out. Good. Lower toward. I'm not touching the floor. I'm lowering toward the floor and up. 3 more. Down. Squeeze up, core work. Down. Squeeze it up. Oh, last one. Down. Squeeze it up. Good job, everybody. Press back and out of that pose. Take the block out from your thighs and maybe drop back to a child's pose. If your shoulders are feeling that, in child's pose, right, just take the hands behind you, maybe hold one wrist and come into a bound child's pose. Gives the shoulders a lot of relief. All right, come on up. We're almost done here. I know for some of you it is hard to stay on knees, so please forgive me. I know that's a challenge. We're almost done. I want you to take your knees a little wider than normal. Your feet come back toward each other. The hands plant on your mat, nice and wide, maybe as wide as your mat, your pinky fingers. Good. Leave your left hand where it is. And as you squeeze into in through your tummy, take your right hand back of your palm to your sacrum. And then just lift your shoulder away from the floor as you twist and let it drop down. Lift it up, squeeze as you twist toward the right, lower down. This one we hold. Lift the shoulder away from the center of the chest. Little bit of tone to the belly. Back of the hand is resting somewhere around that sacrum. That feels good. 1, stay here. Or 2, fly that hand up toward the ceiling. Big deep breath. That's it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Same thing, other side. Take your left hand, drop the back of the hand to your sacrum, and then lift your left shoulder off the floor, away from the floor, and let it drop down. 2 more right there. Good, press it up and away as you twist to the left and down. 1 more time, squeeze and hold right here. Notice your pose, little bit of tone to the belly. Maybe the left arm reaches up. Find your breath. And release that arm, let go. Plant your left hand. Take your right hand back to your sacrum. Open that shoulder up. Here we are again. Breathe. From here, we're going to raise that right arm up to the ceiling and then lower it to eye of the needle. So first, move the shoulder away. Before you lift the arm, just look down at your left hand. Make sure that you're feeling really grounded there. Press out of the wrist. Look back up toward the ceiling. Take the right arm up. Whoo. Breathe, everybody. And then float that right arm underneath the left arm. Drop down to your shoulder. And find eye of the needle pose. Ideally, your knees and your hips are lined up. And either you're going to stay here or you're going to take your left hand and reach it behind you, palm face out, and see if you can find the opposite side of your waist. Big deep breath. Release your left hand, place it on the floor, push, pop, reach the right arm up again. Oh, and exhale it down. Nice job, everybody. I hope. Good. Once again, find that pretty neutral spine. Take your left hand, palm face out on the sacrum, open it up and just twist. Look down at your right hand and make sure that you're feeling supported there. And then look up toward the ceiling. Raise the left arm if that makes sense for you. Squeeze the belly, and then eye of the needle, left arm floats underneath the right. You drop down to the side, head and shoulder. Press the back of your left hand into the floor. Find your breath. And then either stay here, take the right hand, reach it behind your back, open up the right shoulder. Find your breath. Maybe the hips lean back to the left just a little bit. And release that right hand. Press it purposefully into the floor. Lift up. Take the left arm back up. And exhale it down. Well done, everybody. Plant those hands. Spread the fingers. Make sure your thumbs aren't way out to the side. They're spread as equally as the rest of the fingers. Flip your toes under. Lift your knees. And let's find downward facing dog. Bending one knee and then the other. Stretching it out. That's it. Big deep breath. Good, and then walk those hands all the way back to your feet. You can move your blanket pillow out of the way as you go. The knees are soft, the shoulders are wide. I'm on my fingertips here in my forward fold just to get some support as I externally rotate the upper shoulders. Notice where you carry the weight in your feet. Are you way back in your heels? Are you way up on your toes? If you are, see if you can find the center of your feet.
If your arches are dropping, see if you can lift the inner arches off the floor a little bit. Nice strength. And then scrunch your toes. Scrunch them as if you could like squeeze them in. And notice that lifts those arches just a little bit more. Keep that scrunch of the toes. I know I'm always telling you to unscrunch. Walk those hands to your knees. Lift halfway up, halfway. Work the shoulders back and then stand all the way up. Oh, good. Shake it out, everybody. Shake, shake, shake. Good. And then palms back. Place them on your sacrum, just like we were doing when we were down on the floor. And then draw, this feels like a military pose all of a sudden. Right now, press your backs of your hands in, keep the knees soft by the way, press your hands into your sacrum. And notice that the more you press without letting your hips come forward, the more you press, the more the chest starts to open. The elbows head toward each other as you breathe, right? So I am just pressing in gently. My fingers are touching or overlapping a little bit. I'm trying to find that opening in the chest and in the shoulders. Now, tricky part, I want you to pretend that you have a wall right behind you and you're gently resting the back of your head into the wall, right? So that we're not lifting the chin, we're not tucking, but we're working that head back into alignment. Good, find the breath. Release those hands. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart as you come into a nice little squat. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale, squat. Good. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, squat, hold right here. Let's play with a little chair pose. So how deep you go is again going to be up to you. What you don't want is the chest heading toward the floor so much. So it's a lift of the chest. It's a lengthening of the tailbone so the back is neutral. Reach the arms up and breathe. Find that pose, everybody. Scrunch your toes. I know, so weird to hear that in a yoga class. Scrunch the toes so that the arches lift, so that the feet feel really grounded. And then drop the knees as you press the backs of your hands into an imaginary wall. And then inhale, reach up, stand up. Exhale, slow, press back. Inhale, reach up. Good, take it down. Inhale it up. We got two more right here. Exhale, press down. Inhale, press up. Last one. Exhale, press down, hold. Press the backs of your hands up toward the ceiling. Backs of your hands, yeah. Work the shoulders away from the floor. Keep the head, neck neutral and breathe. And then take those hands to your back pockets and come all the way up. Roll it out. Shake it out. Do the happy dance. Do the happy dance, everybody. Okay. Good. Last little bit here. Take the legs wide. You know what? Grab your blocks just in case and place those right in front of the wide part of your mat. Roll your shoulders back. Turn the toes out slightly and then come into a forward fold with your hands on your blocks. The elbows are training toward your center so that your shoulders stay wide, your elbows aren't flailing out. Just breathe here for a moment. Maybe even scrunch the toes a little bit just to lift the arches. If you can keep that lift of the arches, unscrunch your toes and breathe. That's it. Just find this forward fold. Watch the backs of the knees. Maybe you go a little deeper, maybe not. Soft knees. And then come halfway up, halfway up. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Your left hand stays on the floor or on your block. Take the right arm out to the side. Internally rotate that arm and take the back of the hand to your sacrum. And then lift your shoulder as you twist to the right. That's it, just breathe. And release, right hand to the floor. Notice if you went back on your heels there, try to stay in the center of your feet, squeeze your belly. Keep your right hand on the block, left arm out to the side, internal rotation as the back of the hand comes to the sacrum, and then the shoulder elbow lift away from the floor as you twist to the left. By the way, squeeze a little, not overly, you know who you are, squeeze a little beach ball between those thighs to keep them active. I know who you are. And release, left hand to the block. Again, right arm out to the side, internal rotation. Bring the back of the hand to your sacrum. Lift your shoulder, twist toward the right without overly shifting in the hips, right? So just reach, reach, reach. 1, stay here. 2, float the right arm up to the ceiling. Don't overreach it. Just breathe. And as you exhale, release the right arm down under the left arm. Reach for your left leg. You got it. And take your left arm, hand to sacrum. Lift that shoulder up. Good. Lengthen your chest. There you go. And release. Both hands to your block. Last one, last side. We're still in this forward fold. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches out to the side. We take that internal rotation, hand to sacrum, palm face out, lift the elbow, lift the chest, twist to your left. Soften. Where's the weight in your feet? Where's the weight in your hand? Right? If you want, lift that left arm up to the ceiling. Head stays either neutral or gently looking up. Exhale, weird little eye of the needle. Left arm behind the right. Reach for your right leg. Anywhere on that right leg. Take the right hand, palm face out to your sacrum. And open up. Squeeze the little beach ball. Woo. Yeah. And release, everybody. Hands to your blocks. Come halfway up. Heel toe. Your feet. Back to the center. Bend your knees. Hands come to knees and come on up. Right? And just feel that. We don't want to overwork it, but we want to just feel what's happening in our bodies. All right. So last one here. Both palms face out. I kind of got them on either butt cheek. I don't think you're supposed to say that, but you have the idea. Roll your shoulders back and then straighten the arms as you press the palms back away from you. Again, don't overdo, don't over squeeze, but feel the broadening of the collarbones all through the chest. The shoulder blades roll down, the feet, legs are active, and then just pulse the palms back. Don't overdo it. Don't let the front chest collapse. There you go. Keep it pulsing. That's it. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Take those arms up. Exhale them out to the sides. Cross your right elbow underneath your left and come into your version of eagle arms on this side. If your hands don't touch, maybe it's the backs of the hands. Maybe the hands are away from the elbows and the elbows are just crossed. Good. Breathe. Release those arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale out to the side, going to the other side, right behind left or left behind right. Breathe, shoulders are soft. Just stretch. And release it. Inhale, take it up. Exhale your hands to your heart. And let those hands go. Shake it out. Grab your blocks again, place them up at the front of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Don't hold your blocks just yet. Sorry, I placed them there. Good. Soften the knees, step back, right leg. Lower your right knee to the floor. If you want your blanket or your cushion, again for that knee, go ahead and take that. Now take the hands underneath your blocks. Press the top of your back foot into the floor if you can. Open up the shoulders. Lift up through your chest. Take your left hand to your left knee, which is the one that's forward. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, palm back, reach back. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, press it back. Good, last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press it back and hold it there. And then feel your chest rise. Feel the tailbone start to descend. Take the hand off your left knee, press it back. Both palms facing out. Maybe you lift your chest. Good. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, both back down to the blocks. Easy peasy right here. Just switch sides. Bring your left knee back. Bring your right knee forward. Find your alignment. Hands are to your blocks. Just stretch it out. Take the time to cushion knees if you need to. Bring your right hand to your knee. Inhale, left arm up. Good, exhale, press it back. Palm face back. When you bring it forward, turn the palm around. And down. Good, bring it up. Oh, stretch, bring it back and hold it. Open up that side shoulder, right? Reach the back or the palm back as you tuck the belly, lift the chest, lengthen the tailbone, reach back with the right hand, lift your chest. And breathe, everybody. Notice it's easier to breathe today for some odd reason. Good, take both arms up. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Step back with your right knee. Take those knees wide and sit back in a little child's pose. Hands can rest on the blocks if you want. That's it. Find your breath. Good. Press into your blocks. Come on up. Left knee forward, right knee down. Hands are on your blocks. Option number one, right here. Option number two, the knee lifts, right knee lifts so that you're in a high lunge. We're gonna do the same thing we just did. So knee up or knee down is awesome and perfect. Draw the shoulders back, left hand to your left knee. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, just press it back. Drop the chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop it back. Good, one more. Exhale, press that palm back and away from you. Open up that shoulder. Release the left hand, both of them press back. Breathe, notice, lift the chest even as the arms reach back. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, both hands to your blocks. Lower your right knee. Switch sides, do the hokey pokey. Shake your hips. Celebrate this day. Right leg forward, left knee back. One here, two, lift the knee. Find your breath. You know, you can hang out right here. This is a challenge, right? We can work this to help strengthen our legs. Otherwise, find your pose, hand to knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press back, palm out. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, press back. One more, lift up. Exhale, press it back, hold, reach that shoulder back. Take the right arm back, lift your chest, find it, squeeze those legs. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to your blocks. Lower your right knee and step back. Breathe. Maybe a little child's pose, or maybe you sit back on your knees and find your breath. When we trust ourselves, when we follow the breath and the information our body is giving us, we can figure out, you know, what's too much, what's not enough. If we did 3 and we should have done 2, you know, that kind of stuff. We start to learn to take care of these bodies, right? So that we can find our way. All right. Come on up, everybody. I want you to come to standing all the way up. And find a solid, good mountain pose. Pretend you're squeezing a little block. Don't squeeze 100%. Maybe 50, maybe 30, maybe 20, right? Just enough to activate the legs. I want you to scrunch your toes. And then keep that lift of the arch, but spread the toes and lower them down. And feel the weight equal in all 4 corners. Feel the chest lift. Take your back of your hand to your sacrum. And then imagine drawing the sacrum down to make it longer. Tailbone tucking just a little. Lift your chest. Press the back hand into your sacrum. Maybe you lift the chest, right? Little back bend here. Don't drop the head back. Chin, if anything, stays slightly tucked. And then feel your chest move into your hands. Breathe, squeeze gently through the legs as you press the chest into the hands, as you lengthen the tailbone. And then just release. Good, release both hands to your sacrum and tuck your chin. Good. One more right here. Maybe you switch hands. Maybe the right hand stays at the sacrum and the left hand goes to your chest. Feel the chest lift. Feel the sacrum draw long. Squeeze the belly, engage the legs. Start to lift the chest as you draw the sacrum down. Squeeze the glutes a little bit and then feel, right? It's not just dropping back, but feel the chest move toward the ceiling. Oh, don't lift the chin. Keep it tucked, right? I know this can be hard work for the neck, so hang in there and release it. Oh, both hands behind, tuck your chin, stretch the back of your neck. And then leave the hands where they are. Take the head to neutral. Look over your right shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. Good. One more both ways. Stretch it out, everybody. And head neutral. Arms shake out. Good. Come into a forward fold with your hands on your blocks. I have my blocks up at the medium setting. You can go lower or higher. Walk the feet back enough so that your ankles and your hip bones, right, the side hip bones line up. Press into your hands, broaden through the collarbones, squeeze the belly, slide your left or your right leg back and lift it to neutral. Hold right here. Toes ideally are pointing down. Leg is extended if at all possible. In your left foot, move to the middle space. So you're not on your toes, you're not on your heels. Adjust your blocks as you need to. As you release your left hand, reach it back and behind you. Maybe the palm goes up and the whole left arm tries to move toward the ceiling without twisting. Find your breath. Hold. 5, 4, lift your chest. 3, 2, 1. Lower your hand and lower your leg. Bend your knees, shake it out. Switch sides. Squeeze your belly. Lengthen your tailbone. Slide the left leg back and lift it up. Know that you can hold this for a second and tap back down, right? We play where we are. And imagine if this was play. Toes point down to the best of your ability. Your right arm reaches to your side body. Palms face out. Imagine pressing your whole arm toward the ceiling. Center of your foot, inner arch lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lower down. Soften your knees and come all the way up. Shake it out. Curl your wrists, everyone. Good. All right, so airplane pose to grounded airplane to airplane, or what we just did. Feel your shoulders move away from the center of your chest, right? We're gonna be pressing those arms back, either with the palms out or the palms in. So start with your left foot forward. This is how I prefer to come into this pose. If you're near a wall or a chair, maybe you have that here, right, near you, just to use as some support as we play with our balance. So bring both hips center. Make sure your feet are hips width apart. Hands come to your knees, and don't step back super far, not like in a lunge. It's a short step. As you tilt the chest forward or the torso forward, both hips move back equally. Tuck the belly, lengthen your sacrum, right, as if it were pressing into a blanket. Lift your chest. From here, I want you to see if you can come to your tippy toes. Your back foot tippy toes, so maybe to your big toe, and notice how that feels. Try to square the shoulders, try to square the hips, press the palms back, the arms back, palms face up. Move both shoulders away from the floor. 1, you're here. 2, you're gonna gently push off the back leg and lift it. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can step down and back. Come on up. Let's hope our real airplanes don't have that kind of turbulence. Wiggle, wobble. Step forward, right leg. Open those shoulders. Step back, little step back of your left foot. Hands come to hips. Shoulders square and open. Belly tucks, tailbone lengthens. Start to tilt the torso forward. It's not way forward, right? Just forward. So that the chest lifts, the belly tones. We cut all this space. Just come to your tippy toes on the left side. Did something shift? Did the shoulders shift? Did the hips shift? 1, you're here. This is hard. Or 2, you lift. Arms reach back. Palms face up. Breathe. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower. And shake it out. Well done, everybody. From here, just come on down, forward fold. If your blocks are there, move your blocks out of the way. Step back to downward facing dog. Plant your hands. Shift your legs, bend one knee and then the other. Good, lower down to your knees. Grab your blanket or your pillow or your towel and set it down just about the middle of your mat. Okay, good. First thing is to just walk those knees onto your blanket or pillow. Drop down to your elbows. Softly interlace your hands. I feel a little crunched up here, so I'm going to move my elbows forward a little bit so I have more space. Good. Squeeze the belly in. Press those hands down into the floor, the arms into the floor. Step back one leg. Hold, squeeze the belly. Step back the other leg, hold, breathe, plank pose on elbows. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice job. Lower down. And then scoot yourself back so that you're low until your pubic bone is on your blanket or your towel. So I'm right, the lower part of my towel is at the top of my thighs. pubic bone, super low belly, depending on what you have going on there. And then lower down all the way. Let your head or your chin rest on your hands. And feel as if you are pressing your pubic bone into the towel, just like we did when we were pressing the sacrum into the towel. Good. Lift your right leg, not too high, but keep pressing your hips into the blanket. If you feel like a teeter-totter, scoot up or scoot down, or take it out completely. Just lift and hold, and breathe. And lower that leg. Good, other side. Lift the left leg, press into the right leg, by the way, right? If you can, press into that foot. I know that's hard for some. And breathe. And lower down. Press both feet into the mat and come up to your elbows. Press your sacrum or your pubic bone and the tops of your thighs into your blanket. What did that do, right? It should have moved your belly away from the floor a little bit, lengthening your tailbone, lifting your chest, finding Sphinx pose. Good. Wide shoulders, wide collarbones. Big deep breath. And lower down. Good. Breathe for a moment. Shake out the hips if you want. Either come back to Sphinx or take your hands. I like my hands wide on my mat. Fingertips lining up with shoulders or forward. Draw the shoulders or the elbows towards side body, but more important, sort of toward your hips without over pulling the shoulders. Press into your feet. Press the pubic bone into your towel or blanket. Press into your hands and lift to maybe a low cobra. Start low. See if you can lift your hands off the floor and breathe and feel your back body work. Maybe take those arms beside you, palms face up. Roll the shoulders away from the floor, heads neutral, and breathe. Maybe you pulse those hands up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slide those hands back under your shoulders. Maybe you lift one more time. Nice, sweet little cobra. And lower down. Bend your knees, maybe windshield wiper. Those knees, hips, legs. Good, lower the legs. We're almost there, everybody. Plant the feet. Feel your outer hips draw in and feel your pubic bone press strongly into your blanket, towel, or mat. And breathe. Good, take both hands beside you. Let me take my glasses off. And rest your head on your forehead. The palms are face up. I'm going to keep my head lifted just so I'm not talking into my mat. Lift your left leg. Lift your right arm. Press the other two limbs toward the floor. And lower. Good. Lift your right leg and your left arm. Press your left foot, your right hand into the mat. And lower. Lift both legs if you can. Forehead to the floor. Lift your head and chest and neck, but keep it neutral. Move the shoulders away from the floor. Maybe lift the palms to the ceiling. Woo! Fly, baby, fly. Woo! That's it. Good. Only if you want, bring those hands toward the shoulders and reach them forward, palms face in. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower. Bend your knees. Shake it out. Just breathe, everybody. Good. Turn over to one side. Maybe up to you whether you take that blanket out or not. Maybe you take that same little blanket and just put it under your head. Make sure it's not too high. And then turn onto your back. Your knees are bent, your feet are on the floor, your shoulders draw down to the floor. Your hands maybe rest on the belly just for a little bit as you breathe. Tailbone is long, but your low back is not flat. Good. Draw your left knee to your chest. Straighten your right leg along the floor. Start to soften your breath. Start to find your center. Your left hand to your left knee, just take it out to the side. It's all right to let your right hip roll up off the floor. It's all right. And then bring that same left knee up toward your chest. Grab it with your right hand. Twist over to your right. Your left arm goes out to the side. Easy twist here, everyone. And then the left hand, even if it's in cactus pose, right? If the arm isn't straight, I want you to slide it up toward the front or toward the top of your mat, but just till you find a great stretch along your chest, along the left side of your chest. So find that stretch for you. Your head is neutral or turned to the right, not the left. Just want the chest to be open, the neck to be soft. Good. Slide the left arm back down to a neutral side or neutral spot. Bring your left knee back to center. Draw it into your chest. And place the left foot on the floor. Bend your right knee. Bring that into chest. Straighten your left leg from here. Just hold that knee in, finding equilibrium. Right hand to your right knee. Take the right knee out to the side. You can even let your left hip lift a little if you want. And then release, draw that knee way up at your chest. Grab that knee with your left hand. Come on across. Find your twist. Your head is either neutral, meaning you're looking up toward the ceiling, eyes closed, or the head is turned to the left. Your right arm moves to a point where you feel a stretch somewhere in the right side of your chest. It's going to be different for everybody. Soften your jaw. Soften your neck, right? So I just noticed my chin was kind of lifted. So I tucked a little to soften all the muscles in my neck. Space between the teeth, maybe a smile. And then release the right arm to a more neutral spot. Bring your right knee to your chest. Bring your left knee to your chest. Take both arms outside your legs and wrap them behind your knees, and maybe you can hold on to wrists or fingertips or something. And then draw the feet toward the ceiling. So modified happy baby. I'm just holding on to my fingers. I've got my soles of my feet reaching up and rock side to side here. Big deep breath. And maybe notice how you felt yesterday when your spirit got lifted, got lighter, right? There was joy, there was hope. I want you to carry that with you, even after all of the hustle and bustle and news goes away, because we can get down again. But what we really need is that hope, that joy, that spirit lifted. So keep that with you as best you can. No pressure. Come back to center if you are still rocking. Draw the knees together to chest. Release your left leg long to the corner of your mat. Release your right leg long to the other corner of your mat. Draw the shoulders toward the floor. The palms are face up. The weight of the arms softly touching the floor. And find Shavasana, everyone. Feel your breath. Allow the breath to settle like a soft rhythm, moving your body, your heart, your mind. Feel all of your limbs softening to the floor, your torso, your hips. Maybe even there is an imperceptible smile that feeds your body that joy. As you settle in and find the truth. As your body settles, notice if the mind wanders. And if it does, without judgment, bring it back. Feel your heart expand with each soft breath. Soften even more. And as you're ready, start to bring your awareness back. Wiggle your toes and fingers and smile as if someone were tickling your toes nicely. Draw your knees to your chest. Rock side to side, roll over to fetal pose or seedling pose. Curl up, smile again. Feed your body those endorphins, those messages. And then as you're ready, come all the way back up to your seated pose.